Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm gonna talk about ideas and approaches to make weird glitchy sequences somehow similar to this. Something like this. Of course I'm not gonna be recreating this sound. And what I'm going to be discussing is techniques and ideas to make your sequences, and I really think there is no better sense to go exploring your sequences than Vital, because it's really great. It really makes it particularly easy and intuitive and understandable more than everything else. And so without any further ado, let's get going and let's start making some sequences. So here we are with Vital and our usual initialized patch, which you see right here. Here on this side of me there is this patch, which you can see, and this patch is slightly different from last time because I've changed the skin. This skin was made by Luca from Sonicspore, who by the way happens to be a terrific sound designer, especially if you're into psytrance stuff. I totally recommend check him out. And yeah, he's also the man who asked me about making this video, so well, I hope he's happy about it, and I hope he's not the only one who's going to be happy about it. So I'm going to start from a simple thing, which is, I'll tell you, it's not necessarily going to sound nice, which is the idea of using frequency modulation by LFO as a basic source for this type of things. So here I'm going to get a sine wave, a simple single sine wave. I'm going to make this randomization to 0. Not that it's that important, but I really usually do for this. Let's get this one key track, let's get the smooth to 0, and then I'm going to get this LFO and I'm going to modulate my phase. You've probably seen me doing this a bunch of times. You know that the point is I'm turning this LFO into a key tracked oscillator. It's not an LFO anymore, as it's not low frequency. You know, it's just 1 octave, as you can see here, below the fundamental, which is definitely going to be in audio rate. So I'm going to here, you know, this is going to be a sawtooth wave or somehow a linear thing, and here too I have a linear thing, but I'm going to turn this linear thing into something else, say a simple sine wave. No, I don't want to favorite it, I want to choose it. And you see, this is your sine wave, this isn't. It gets this little bit of you know, higher harmonic content and also some subharmonic content appear. Now, do we want this all the time? No, of course, we're making a sequence. So I'm going to get another LFO, make it like 1 bar long, get the smooth to 0, even though this is not vital, but, well, no, this is vital, but I'm meaning it's not vital to get the LFO to 0. I mean, check it out from time to time. And I'm going to make something really annoying. Let's get it to 2 bars, say, and to get it synced, which is, you know, something polyrhythmic, and probably end up going to making it polymetric as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get this here, and I'm going to go to do this 3 things and this, so it's going to be 3 times in a 2 bar time. And this is what is happening. Not very revolutionary, right? But it's already something we're doing just out of a single sine wave and 1 LFO. So I'm gonna do this very same thing again. I have to do it like this. I cannot do the drag and drop again, because you know, that source is already modulating that destination, and I'm gonna get something else, say on the 5th. On the 5th, and I'm gonna get again LFO2 modulating it, and I'm gonna make it on, it's a 5th, and it's gonna be 5 times. 5 times in 2 bars, which again is something not really integer, not really, I mean, yeah, it is integer, as you know, loops. Yeah, enough? Not even slightly. I'm going to keep doing this. LFO1 again to modulate oscillator 1 phase, and again LFO, actually no, let me get this to be something else. Let's get it to be 6 sines, and I'm gonna get LFO2 to modulate this again, and I'm gonna make this being in 7 times, and I'm gonna do the very same thing again, a sort of blocky thing, but you know, this is blocking 7 times. This is strictly deterministic, and it just loops only every 2 bar, but it already sounds like it doesn't. I mean, if you're not really careful about it. I can make it weirder, because what can I do here? I could add something else, which is done on an entirely different division. Let's say I'm going to go for, again, 2 bars, but this is going to be dotted, or worse, tripleted. So this is going to be a completely different division rather with respect to those ones, and it's going to have a different end, and that is going to make the whole thing loop in a different way. So again, I'm going to get LFO1 because that's the one I'm using for this, and it's still going to be modulating oscillator 1 phase, and now I'm going to get LFO3 to modulate this amount, but I have to map this to something else before. Let's go for a lot of sines, 16 sines, and now this is it, but I'm gonna go and make this different. I mean, I don't really have a need for making something. Let's go 12, even though, you know, it's not that I needed to do that. Let's go up instead of down, just to make something that doesn't sound plucky, but goes the other way around. I don't know, I haven't tried doing this and seeing how it sounded. Now, a good thing I could do here to make things proper is making sure everything is in sync, because it won't sound... much tighter. Let's make it much tighter. And a lot tighter, and in the middle of these things, or actually, wow, it does go this way. And so here, out of a patch which looks like this, you have something which sounds like this. There's lots of stuff going on already, and it's, well, it's a patch. Now, this is just an idea, and there's lots of things you can do just with this, because you see there is this pitch and this pitch. They can be automated independently, and if these two start not being in a perfectly integer ratio, things might get weird, especially with this sometimes being represented at higher harmonics. And also there is the fact that you can control the power of the modulation, which does have an effect. Definitely, doesn't it? And yeah, and of course you can work on the pitch. You can work on the pitch of the whole track or on the pitch of the single LFO, because this is everything would get very different and a lot more messy. Now, this, I wouldn't say it's all as far as FM goes, because there's a lot. I mean, I'm not even daring to go into doing something different than a sine wave here, but you know, if you did something such as, I don't know, even just from a basic, from a factory thing, such as this harmonic series, which gets you get some horrible things, but also some, you know, possibly interesting glitchy things which you might want to use into your kind of music stuff. I don't know. I mean, I might, believe me, I might use stuff like this. But something else you can do is making a more, I wouldn't say responsible, but say more different use of wavetables. One thing you can do is just, you know, the most I wouldn't say idiotic, but really interesting use of wavetables. Say I get this one, which is a simple, it's a drum loop. I could try Vocode or pitch splice, and it will sound slightly different. Let's go for Vocode for now. It was called like that, but I mean, it was a drum loop. Yeah, because I recorded from here. Anyway, this is a drum loop. There was a default drum loop from Ableton. Really nothing that fancy here. And I'm just gonna get, it was 2-bar long. Simple, isn't it? Yeah, we want it glitchier, so I'm gonna go here and add some, let's get it back in a position where you see it properly. I'm gonna get some wave folding on a thing like this, and massive amount of wavefold. It's a drum loop, and now it's a tuned drum loop made into a wavetable. And if I hear both, just to make things weirder. I mean, I was just showing you what would have happened if I did this. Let me not do this thing anymore. And we have this thing going on. But I can do, you know, the same thing I did here with a drum loop. I can do with different types of loops. So this one, again, this I'm going to drop into pitch splice. And this is another thing which I had gotten from a drum loop, actually, but it's not. I had gotten into a track which was originally drums, but it's not a drum loop. And this one, let me show you how it sounds. Again, this could be 2 bars. This could be 2 bars dotted. No, again, I'm gonna use form and scale. Maybe we want to add a proper kick to it. I don't know. I won't do it. But if you go and check my previous videos about sequences, there's exactly how to make a kick here in out of a sequence, and I would be using oscillator 1 to do that in this case. I could get this one, say, let's get this one octave below. I like it so far. But another thing I could do here is say this one here is being modulated by LFO3. I'm not okay with it being modulated by LFO3. I'm gonna use LFO4. Why? Well, here, say, I might want this thing to be a little less deterministic. This is one of the things I might not want to be that deterministic, so I'm going to get LFO4, and I'm going to get random 1 controlling the phase of LFO4. Now, this I want to be synced, and this I want to be synced. Everything has to be synced so that it stays in sync, as you would expect. You know, that's the reason why I sync things, because I want synced things to stay synced. I'm making my life much more complicated than needed. Right. Anyway, now things are staying synced, and I have this random generator modulating it. And now there will be a slight problem because this thing, you see, it's gonna jump like crazy everywhere. Even though I'd be happier if it was sample and hold. But the thing is, it's gonna go just everywhere. It's gonna be all over the place. And I'm not really happy with this being all over the place. So what will I do? I have here something I had made for this specific purpose, but it's a very simple thing which you can do it yourself, or you will find it in a bunch of my packs. It's a ladder so that I have it, you know, every 16th it will determine another value of that random generator, and every 16th will be somehow quantized to an exact 16th. So that thing will stay in sync. I don't know, I could keep playing with it, and I could keep improving it, but there's very little point at this point, in the sense that, you know, the teaching value of this patch is something I hope I have already conveyed somehow into what I've been discussing so far and into what you've seen, but I will not, well, there is a serious possibility this thing will eventually become a patch, and that you will eventually be finding it on my Gumroad for free or not. Probably for free. You know, usually these patches I make in the videos I end up setting up there as free buys to have people come to my Gumroad, because I really want people to do so. And yeah, because last time I was making a video, I released a free pack of patches. They're only 10, but they're, in my opinion, quite interesting, and they're based on most of the patches I have been making on this channel. And well, I invite you to go and check it out. You will find a link in the description. Also, if you are still with me, I beg you, please subscribe to this channel. You clearly like to hear me talking, and if you didn't you know, go for another video, go do something else yet, you probably also think I have something to tell you about sound design. unless you just like me rambling and making a fool of myself with my English. And this is it. There's going to be a link, of course, to my Gumroad in the description. There's also going to be a link to Sonic Spore's YouTube channel, who I mentioned in the beginning. There's also going to be a link to Hashkey's channel, who is the guy who's making my thumbnails, and a lot of other stuff. Yeah, there's lots of links in the description. I really care you check them out. There's also Deeptanzproductions I'm working with. We offer a lot of audio-related services you might be interested into. And last but not least, there's some of my music. What am I doing with my crazy sound design abilities and when I'm actually trying to make some music? Find out in the description. Then, if you're still here and you're still interested into what I'm doing and you want to know more, you have a big question about Vital, about Surge, about some other synth, about synthesis, about how to make something, well, just ask. I mean, there's a comment section specifically for that. I'm very, very happy to get comments, and time has proven that I do respond. Not only I do respond, you know, if you ask me for a video, there's a serious possibility you will get it. Someone asked for a video about making classic keyboard sounds on synths, and that is gonna come next week, for example. So if you have a request for a video, well, you'll have to live with the fact that I won't be able to satisfy it next week. But, you know, time given, I can satisfy everything. Well, not really. Unfortunately, I can't satisfy everything. I can barely satisfy myself, but, you know, I do my best. Now, let me stop this rambling and say again, thank you for your attention, and bye. See you at my next video.